As many of you know, every year at this time, Mark Spagnuolo over at the Wood Whisperer takes time out of his schedule to raise money to fight cancer. And I'm pleased that this is the second year he's asked me to be involved. But the best part about this is you can help us raise money just by building a toy box. For every toy box you build, Mark and I will each donate $5 to the Cancer Research Institute. Plus, Mark's lined up a whole bunch of corporate sponsors, and we're really hoping we could raise $15 this year. No, wait, $15,000! The only thing we ask is that you stay within the spirit of this fundraiser and build a toy box that looks similar to my box or the one that Mark has made. Both boxes have this unique side feature where kids can take books and display them, or I suppose they could even keep crayons or art supplies down in there. Both boxes have a lip all the way around the top so that kids can build whatever they want on top of it. My box is a little bit different in that the lid just comes off so that kids could set this on the floor and maybe build with Legos and they'll still be able to get inside of the box. We have free plans for both versions down in the description and more information on how you can get involved. I'll also have a little bit more information at the end of this video. All of the boards for the frame are 3.5 inches wide. I'll cut them all at the same time on my miter saw. I cut them a little bit oversized to begin with, then I clamp them all together. Now I can measure the actual dimension. This will be really easy to join this all together using my pocket hole jig. I'm going to glue and screw this together. I'm assembling the front and the back first. These are going to be the legs. I want the bottom of the toy box to be 1.5 inches up. So I'm going to use this 1.5 inch board as a spacer. These boards will join the front and back together. Now I just flip it around and put the other side on the same way. So that gives me the framework, and I just realized where I screwed up. Do you see it? Yeah, my pocket holes are on the outside on this side. See, they're not supposed to show. They're all supposed to be on the inside. You know what that means? That just means that now I know which side of the toy chest is the front and which is the back. This side will go against the wall. These 1.5 inch pieces are going to make a ledge all around the bottom to support the floor of the toy box. These boards are kind of warped, so I had to use a lot of clamps to kind of force it into position. But now I can tack it down with my nail gun. Of course, you could just drive in some nails with a hammer if you don't have a nail gun, or just clamp it up and wait for the glue to dry. I've got 2 more that are gonna go on the top. I'm using 1/4 inch MDF for all of the panels. These short braces are all the same length. I'm going to glue these 2 on top of the box floor. And glue in the rest of the pieces. One nice thing about using pocket holes is that if you screw up the placement of them, like I did, you can fill those holes with either a dowel or with these specially cut plugs that the manufacturer sells. And that just means putting a little glue in the hole and then sliding this in. If you use a dowel, you'll just have more of the end to cut off. Well, once I get those sanded down, you'll never know they were there. Well, sort of. I'm gluing these strips onto a 1/4 inch thick piece of MDF. This will be the lid. Since this is the top of the lid, I'm gonna flip it around this way to put on these little cleats. These extend just a 1/4 inch beyond the bottom of the lid. A little 60 grit sandpaper goes a long way to make those little uneven areas disappear. You can fill in any of these unfortunate spots with spackle. I sand off the spackle with 120 grit sandpaper and ease over all the sharp edges. This lip around the lid will hold it into place. That's all there is to making this toy box. It's a really easy project and I hope you get involved. Also, if you would like to own this toy box, I have it up for auction. You can place a bid on it. The only stipulation is that I'm not gonna ship this box. It's just too big and heavy to ship. So if you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, would like to place a bid, you can just drive over here and pick it up. We'll load it into your car and it's all yours. And don't forget, 100% of your winning bid will go to the Cancer Research Institute. Please check down in the description for all of the details of how you can get involved, how you can build one, and where to submit your photographs. Don't forget the submission deadline is November 30th. Thanks everybody, let's get building. I hope to see a lot of toy boxes this year.